Alright guys, so I got a big update video for you, and I'm gonna have to say a lot of stuff in this video, uh, over what happened during the weekend. So, starting on like Friday, I woke up in the morning, got on my computer, and I found out that Rocket Twinkie got an MM pick. I was stoked, I was super happy, it blew my mind, and I was a happy camper. If you follow me on Twitter or just heart me on Little Big Planet, you would know that I totally just nerded out over it. So then things were all fine and dandy. I freaking went to school, followed on my phone what was happening on the level, but it started getting a lot of hate because if you haven't played Rocket Twinkie yet, it's very similar to Flappy Bird, and it's just a very overall simple level. It's a very quick, simple level. And a lot of people started giving it hate. So since it was the first day, I was just like, oh, whatever. It's freaking people being jealous because they're not as good as me. But then, like, during the weekend, a couple days later, it started getting a lot more hate. Now, there would be the good comments, people who actually like the level, and then there would also be actual constructive criticism of people who like the level but don't think it deserves an MM pick, which I partially agree with. Um, but then and this is like 50% of people, there's people who are just full of jealousy, started a bandwagon just hating on the level. So there's this big bandwagon going on, and I was out for a vacation on the beach, and so I couldn't do anything with the comments because I didn't have my PS3. I only had my Vita and my phone. So I just tweeted out a lot. Well, I mean, I didn't tweet out like, "Oh, help me out, these peoples are being bullies," but I was just tweeting out that my level like started getting a bunch of hate. And a bunch of people like Cogmonkey and Dragon Varsity hopped on and were saying, "What's up with the hate, guys? Freaking if this was on the cool pages, you wouldn't be yelling at it." But um like that never solves anything really. They would just boo the comments and then carry on their way. So when I got back, I decided just in the description just to explain there's some freaking jerk ball hats out there being jerk ball hats, so I'm gonna delete those reviews that are just disrespectful and rude. And yeah. Um So I want to go over some of the controversy that did go on and some of the actual constructive criticism people were saying about the level. So the very first one uh, that was mentioned by many people was that it doesn't deserve the MM pick. Now, I said before that I partially agree with this, but I don't fully agree with it. So I made the level in like 4 hours. I clocked in, like, the original time lapse that I did, that was 3 hours. Then I spent another hour fixing bugs and experimenting with stuff. So, like, I made it in very short amount of time. So that's one of the reasons, because there's other people who strive for MM picks by putting hundreds of hours into their levels. But what they don't realize is that if you put 100 hours into a crappy level, it doesn't matter for anything. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that my level is the greatest level out there. It's very simple with pixel art. Like, I didn't put hardly any actual artwork into there. But I worked my hardest in the short amount of time that I had because I originally made that level for a competition which was in like 3 days. So I had to rush to get it done. If I worked on it at the beginning of the month when it was first announced, then I would incorporate some actual artwork into there. And that might have made the level a little bit better. People wouldn't yell at it as much. But that kind of brings me on to the gameplay. People are saying that the gameplay's too hard and that I should make it easier. I'm not making it easier because easy mode is easier than Flappy Bird right now. At least how I remember it. So people are, and this is with every level, people are booing it because they think it's too hard and they're stubborn. So they say, I'm not gonna admit that I'm bad, so I'm just gonna say the level's bad. And I can brush that off because even I've done that with some levels, and of course I regret it because I was young and stupid. But like everybody does that in their lifetime. Uh, but it's the people who then start saying that like there was one comment who hated on the level because the menu was too simple. Simplicity isn't bad, especially for a game like Rocket Twinkie, which is a one-button game. There's the start button, and then the music button. That's all you really need. What, you want settings for special lighting effects in freaking a sticker panel game? Do you want, like, I don't know. No entiendo. I have no clue what he was thinking. That's just full of jealousy. That's an official jealousy comment that I will not stand for. But in regards to the actual MM picks, which Steven runs, Steven L. I forgot his last name. I feel bad. But so Steven L. Steven L, who runs the MM picks, he will MM pick a level he likes. And I'll put a picture up right now. He put out a tweet saying that it's ironic that everybody hates it because he plays the level more than most of the other picks he's done. So when people say that it's not my fault that I got picked, that is true. It's not my fault. I didn't ask Steven at all. I just went to win the competition. That the level is going up for DVLC. But I don't want to say that's not my fault because I'm proud that I got the pick. You can't really like say an excuse like, "Oh, it's not my fault," and then start bragging about how you got an MM pick. It doesn't work like that because then you're freaking all flip-floppy. I believe that the level deserves the pick. It absolutely deserves the pick because Steven likes it. It's as simple as that. Because one man runs the MM picks. That one man decides what goes on the MM picks. So if he likes a level, that level is worthy of the MM picks. And people don't understand that. Now, if it was the whole team of Media Molecule running the picks, then I doubt my level would get anywhere. Unless I had some miracle bunny rabbit out of my hat. But since there's only one guy, like I said, he runs everything. So people who are saying it doesn't deserve the pick, it obviously deserves the pick because the one man running the show said that it's a pick. And to be honest, that's basically it. That's down to it. So I'm sorry you guys had to hear this rant. I didn't want this rant to happen, but people on Rocket Twinkie are idiots. I'm sorry to admit it. But that also makes me appreciate constructive criticism a lot more. And it also makes me appreciate my actual fans more, who don't just join bandwagons on hating the level and aren't full of jealousy. So yeah, thank you to the people who kept supporting me through this freaking bullcrap. And thank you for the pick. I am proud of my pick, and I know some people remove their pick because of the hate they've gotten. I'm not going to do that. I will assure you. If anything, I'm going to add a hard mode. Like, I'm going to add more to it. So, if everybody was thinking that I'm dying of depression because of hate, I am not dying of depression because of hate. It's just, hate is an inconvenience. Like, you can live with it, and some people don't realize that. And then, like, I am going to make Rocket Twinkie for the Vita. That was my initial plan, but Dragon Varsity didn't have a Vita, so I decided just to do it on LVP2. So, if you take away anything from this video, take this. If you put 100 hours into a crappy level, the 100 hours are pointless. But if you work really hard in 30 minutes, then you can achieve something big. Because that's exactly what I did. So, thank you for watching, guys. And I will see you guys whenever I see you guys. Goodbye.